Right. So, what is it about anime that you watch? Because I'm doing this with you because you watch more anime than anyone else I know. So more you actually watch anime more than you watch real shows.
Yes. I don't know. I watch anime because, like you said, it's more interesting than a lot of shows that are out on television right now. And then it also has that fantasy effect that you can't get with regular TV. And it's like, for me, it's like a cross between like watching old cartoons and like something a little bit more mature than that in a way, I guess. And then
Like
sometimes the concepts of the animes are actually really, really well written.
that is true. That is true. Like Death Note. So, normally I would have probably have done that with all the spoilers and stuff and talked about it in depth, but I don't feel like that's necessary, especially when there's only one season. I feel like it's better to just put people on to it. But one thing I will go in depth in, which is an anime that's probably like 10 years old now, Death Note.
It's been out for a while. If you haven't seen it, oh well. Like,
This is my favorite, personally, one of my favorites, and what I think is the best anime ever.
I think it was my second anime that I watched.
It's better than Attack on Titan to me because of how short, sweet, and melodical it is.
I like I said, for me it's tied between the two. I have to watch season 2 of Attack on Titan
Mm-hmm.
for me to officially place one above the other.
Wait, what? Did you really just what? I did not expect you to say that. Really?
Yeah, because
You really think you have that much hope for Attack on Titan?
okay, my thing is Attack on Titan is a good anime. From what I'm aware, it have veered away a couple times from the manga, but generally the stories stay the same.
Mhm.
But the way Attack on Titan ended the first season, I was like, I hate everyone. Because I was like, I just want more. And then I had to wait like 3 years.
Yeah.
So it made me really hate the fact that I had to wait.
I mean, you can play the video game. It's out on Steam.
I
And
know you could.
PlayStation 4.
I know you could play the video game. I have no interest in it.
It's actually pretty good.
I mean, if
Just
you
so you
want to
know.
play it, I've seen gameplay of it, and I particularly I wasn't interested.
Really? Surprised. Thought you'd be like, what?
I mean, it spoiled a lot for me in the end, but like,
How?
cause I didn't read the manga. I walked into Attack on Titan knowing just the basics of what was going on,
You're
so
saying the
I
video
didn't
game-
realize the things that happened. Like in the video game, there are Titans that only appear in season 2 so far, from what I've seen.
Oh, that's why.
So I was like, well, thanks a lot. Now I
Oh,
know
don't say
this
anything.
Titan is here,
Okay.
and there's like all these new things going on. So for me, that kind of like, whatever. But yeah, like I kind of have hope that either Attack on Titan's either gonna disappoint me, or it's gonna make me really excited that I had that wait, that
Mhm.
type of anticipation. It's not like there's gonna be no in between for me. I feel like it's either gonna go downhill from season 1, or it's just gonna keep climbing up.
That's interesting. Because I would have guessed that you'd have been like, nope, Death Note, done.
Death Note, to me, is probably the best anime I've ever watched. Attack on Titan is
I'm
my
sorry,
favorite.
but I was just like, I had to pause because like, I thought like that you were just saying like you're waiting for Attack on Titan to see if it takes that spot, or you're talking about the spot for your favorite.
My favorite
Oh.
is tied between the two. The best anime I've ever watched
But you know it's Death Note.
is Death Note,
I
for
could
sure.
agree. I could agree. For now.
We'll see what happens. Unless I find something amazing that totally tops Death Note,
Which will never happen.
I will be extremely surprised if I find something that tops Death Note.
I highly doubt it. The reason why we're saying we could highly doubt that is because for
Just
those
the
of you
concept.
for those
oh,
of
it's
you who've
amazing.
watched, let's say, Breaking Bad, you know it's gonna be really hard to find a show that's better than Breaking Bad because there's nothing melodically in the plot or the characters that can be up to par with it. Like there's nothing that, because I know
I
there's
can't
certain
relate.
people who can't relate, right? Because they haven't seen Breaking Bad. Certain people that shall not be named. right?
I just admitted. So, oh well.
You didn't watch Breaking Bad,
I didn't watch
so you
Breaking
can't
Bad.
relate.
I didn't watch a lot of shows. Okay.
right? But Breaking Bad is in a sense just like Death Note, where it's in a sense the greatest show on TV because of how the plot is so crazy with twists that make sense and everything connects and all that stuff. You can argue The Wire or whatever, but just for conversation's sake, the Breaking Bad is just like that. So Death Note, it's more than just show cool, haha, my favorite character's on, and it's more than entertainment. It's more than that. It's like,
It wasn't made for entertainment.
yeah,
in
it's
my
like
opinion.
you're digging deep into like the main character Light's mindset and his god complex, and
Like,
it's so cool to
it's
like
great
see all
because
that.
when I first watched it, his just when his first god complex just started forming,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I can understand exactly where you're coming from because that's like the mindset of so many people. Like, if you just get rid of the bad, then all there's left is good. That type of
Oh,
thing.
wait, you gotta explain the plot first.
Okay. Death Note is essentially there is these things called shinigamis. And they essentially, I guess, plan your deaths in a way. From what I caught from it, it might have just been like my misinterpretation.
No, I
but
think every Shinigami is responsible for a human's
somebody's death, an X amount of humans' death. So one Shinigami in particular drops his death note onto the planet Earth
on purpose.
on purpose.
There you go.
So he can have some type of entertainment, just to see who picks it up, and so he can have some type of entertainment. It just so happens that one of the smartest kids in the nation picked it up.
In Japan, rather.
In Japan, picked it up, read like the little instructions for it, and thought it was a joke.
Yeah, because it comes with instructions on how to use it. Like the Death Note is literally like a notebook.
It's like it's a notebook. You wouldn't think it's anything else until like you wrote in it.
Yeah, I'm actually want to say the rules of the Death Note because I think the rules are pretty cool.
The rules can be kind of confusing if you don't watch it play out though sometimes. Because when I first listened to the rules, I was like, what the hell? Like, what do you mean this happens? Like,
okay, so the Death Note is a book that you write a person's name in it and they die
in X amount of seconds.
I think it would be a spoiler if we go any deeper. Would it be? Or
It's been
forget
around
it doesn't,
for a while.
yeah, it doesn't matter.
You should know
it does not even matter at this point. Okay, so you can write the name of the person, the time of death, how it happens, and it will happen.
And you can write like the day they die and what they do before they die.
And chain events will just magically happen to make your wish come true or your note come true.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is so cool. So with that, it has some rules though. First rule: the human whose name is written in the note shall die.
Mm-hmm.
Done. Rule number 1. Rule number 2: the note will not take effect unless the writer has the person's face in their mind when writing his or her name. Therefore, people sharing the same name will not be affected.
Which I think is convenient.
Yes. Do you want to read the next one?
The cause of sorry. If the cause of death is written within the next 40 seconds of writing the person's name, it will happen. Kind of self-explanatory.
They automatically die of a heart attack.
Yeah. If the cause of death is not specified, the person will simply die of a heart attack. After writing the cause of death, details of the death should be written in the next 6 minutes and 40 seconds. So not only are like the instructions, they're very specific instructions. So if you don't follow them the right way, then it's just going to be like a natural heart attack.
And the thing that makes this, in my opinion, one of the things, because there's a lot that makes this the best anime, is that everything is explained. And I'm the type of person that loves questions. I'm the type of person that loves things to be explained. So I love how Light goes, okay, there's rules, but why is it written in English? Because he's Japanese. He's like,
right.
I don't understand. Like, that
he's
is
like,
so
why
cool,
is it written in my, in a way that I can understand it?
Yeah, like, you wouldn't think, like, they would even, because, you're watching a show, but no, he asked those real questions. Why is it written in English? What? I'm in Japan. What's going on? And what's the Shinigami's name? What is his name? Ryuk? Yeah. So Ryuk says, he's like, well, English is what does he say? The most popular.
It's like a universal.
Language. Or in Game of Thrones, the common tongue.
Uh,
So, because of that, it's written in English. And I think it's so cool when he tests out the Death Note to see if it's real, because he thinks it's a joke, as anybody would.
And
And
the
at that
person
moment,
he ends up testing it on is just some random. He's not even a random. It's a criminal he sees on TV. It's this guy robbing a bank. They show the face. They show the name. He writes it down, and this guy ends up dying. And he's like, okay, this must be like a coincidence. Like, there's no way, something must have happened. And he didn't believe it at first, and then he tested it again, and he's like, this isn't a coincidence anymore.
But then, at that moment, you see it, or at least I saw it. Like he became Kata. And he just stopped being light. Like at that moment.
I found it after the second one to see it more prevalent, because that's when his thought process really started showing.
I'm a god. Like,
he's
more
like,
than Kanye West.
No, he said, he was just like, if I can rid the world of evil, then the world would be all good.
And here's an important note. A rule that's not written in the Death Note, right? It's not written in the Death Note. What Ryuk told him, right?
Which part?
Ryuk gave him a warning. Remember?
Oh, that.
Ryuk warned him.
What? Warned?
He only warned him once. Right?
Of?
He said that, just to warn you, I think, something like this, like, nothing good comes out of this Death Note. Whoever uses it shall die a horrible death, or...
I don't think he said a horrible death. He said it was like in my hands. Like,
he said I will end up writing your name in the book, or
in my notebook.
Yeah, in my notebook. Like, you're using it for whatever reason, no matter what, I'm still going to write your name in my book. And that's all he says.
And then he's like, you're not gonna go to heaven.
Yeah.
That's that was the warning. He's like, you're not gonna go to heaven if you use this. You're gonna like be in like
purgatory.
Yeah, like
he says you don't go to heaven or hell. You go to purgatory. And then there's this anime where it's all about purgatory, and there's like a small clip of
a cameo.
Yeah, a cameo of Light sitting.
Of supposedly Light.
It was Light. It looked just like Light. He doesn't have any lines. He doesn't say anything. But basically, in this anime that I can't think of right now, it's not important. Just Google it. He's sitting there in purgatory, and I think that is so dope. Oh, I just ruined the whole show. Oh wait, I forgot. We don't care about spoilers. Yeah, Light dies. So
yeah, basically, but like in a way, throughout even though like we all realize murder is bad, his reasoning behind it, you think is initially smart. And then the way he carries out his plan is
what got me.
Effortless.
That is
like, oh my gosh. I was like, I live for this now.
Yeah.
He is my top anime character of like anybody.
It's mainly because I feel the same way, and it's mainly because of how smart he is. How
it is.
He thought of everything before it even happened. Well, except for the end. But
well, the end, he kind of got tricked. Well, no, I don't want to even say
I think he got cocky.
He got really, really cocky at the end. And he didn't expect certain things.
Yeah. Wasn't he like, it's over? And then they're just looking at him like, what are you talking about, boy?
Yeah, they're like all staring at him. He's like, nah, fam, that's not what's going to happen.
And he's like, what? What?
I'm like, God. We replaced the pages, whatever. But
that was so dope, that moment when he's just like, see, I got you. I knew it. You know, it's like...
and it wasn't
so good.
Jesus. Good. It was all great.